Okay, hello, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't noticed already, I have blue hair. I just decided to do that because I love Caitlyn. Caitlyn's my favorite character in ARCANE, and I wanted to have blue hair like her. So you're gonna be seeing this for all of November, which is very exciting. Also, in exciting news, I'm going to be going to the finale event in LA. So if you're going as well, come say hi. It'll be so exciting, and I'm so excited as well. ARCANE Season 2. ARCANE Season 2 is coming out so soon. It's coming out in a week from the time I'm recording this, which is crazy. I cannot believe it is here so soon. But I thought before this season starts, we should probably do something to do predictions, theories, wants, needs, etc. And I decided on ARCANE Bingo. This wasn't a template that was created by me. This was created by another user on Twitter, which I scoured. I scoured the internet forever and ever trying to find this person's Twitter, and I couldn't. So if someone knows, please link it down below. I would love to give credit to them. This is not my template, but I'm so happy and excited to use it. If you guys want to play ahead, I'll put the blank template here and you can screenshot it, and then we can go ahead and play along together. If you want to do it at the same time, we can do that, or if you want to do it after seeing my predictions, however you want to play the game. This is your game, this is your rules. Go ahead and go fun. Go ahead and have fun with it. I'm so excited for this next season. I've been trying to get all my friends into it. I've been trying to get my parents into it. Like, literally, if you are around me within like a 2-inch radius, you're probably going to get into this show, because unfortunately I am so obsessed with the show. So yeah, anyways, let's stop rambling. Let's get into the ARCANE Bingo together. In normal bingo, you have the middle space, which is the free space, and I didn't want to just make that free space. I think thank you for the one person who has commented and pointed this out. That made me really happy. Anyways, some people are like, oh, I love a free space, like it's the perfect way to do bingo, and then other people are like, no, that's technically cheating, like that's not how you do bingo. I'm kind of in the middle, but for this one I'm going to go towards the latter side. I want to fulfill every single square and put a category in there. So for my middle space, I am putting war, because I think this is the most predictable prediction ever. We already know war is going to happen, war is going to ensue. Even the creators have said main theme of this story is war. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. War is gonna be that's a guarantee. So I wanna do for the first square a death, which sounds so like, oh okay. But listen, hear me out. Someone has to die. That's just the rules. I don't make them. They make themselves. Marcus died last season. Silco died last season. Vander died last season. So very, I would say, B and C tier characters died last season. There were no A tier characters that died last season. Not Jinx, not Vi, Jinx and Vi are really like the two big A tier characters, because even Caitlyn in season 1 I feel like was a B tier character, because she wasn't as needed to the plot. She was needed for the plot. Let me take that back. I will always defend Caitlyn, so let me take that back. She just wasn't a prominent character in season 1 as much as she's being hyped to be in season 2. So I think like Jace was an A tier character. You know what I mean? Not in terms of like you know what I'm saying, okay? Everyone gets what I'm saying, and I don't need to explain it any further. Anyways, we need to do a death. So I want to go a little crazy. I want to do an A tier, and I'm gonna put Victor dies. Now hear me out on this, because Victor could die. Any one of our characters could die, first of all, and Echo could use his time warp abilities to rewind time and make that not a thing that happens. But in the case of Victor, if y'all follow League lore, if you don't, I don't suggest watching my reactions, because I know League lore a little bit, just a little bit. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, I'm paused. Say hi, Lexi's here. She has shimmer. Anyways, my reasoning for this is, if you know the League lore, Victor becomes this, what's it called? See, I'm like, I know League lore. No, I don't. Victor becomes this great something that I cannot remember right now. It's gonna come to me. I know it is. But he becomes this great reuniter or something like that for Zon. So I feel like Victor is going to die in that sense and become his true form, his true self. So I definitely feel like this is going to happen. win. I want to put it on my bingo. I like winning. I am competitive. So Victor is going to die. Period. Okay, next, let's see. I don't want to put two deaths next to each other, so let's put something different. Because we were talking about Echo's time powers, Echo unlocks time powers. And I'm sorry, it looks so funky. Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on, y'all. I got this. Look at the graphic designer brain going. She's going. Okay, so Echo unlocks time powers. We haven't seen him do this in show. We know that this again is like a league fact about him, that he has these rewind powers. I want to see them. I want to see them have constrictions. I want to see them have laws. Like, it can't just be, oh, he can do it willy-nilly. Like, it has to be only in certain times. Very much like Ruby's silver eyes. You know, she can't use it all the time, only in certain times where it's like, it's a drastic moment, last effort, only when needed. So I want to see it, but I want to see it with constrictions, with some drawbacks. Next, let's see. This one just came to me right now. Jinx adopts child. I don't think Jinx is gonna go ahead and go into an adoption center and adopt a child. That's not the story we're telling, but I do believe there is that little child in the trailer who's been like seen next to her multiple times. So I do believe that Jinx is going to adopt her in a sense of being like, oh my gosh, you were abandoned as well. Let me take care of you. Let me make sure that you don't end up in the way that I end up. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about that theory except for that. I think that that's something that's probably going to happen, and again, I like winning, and we're just gonna go ahead with what we think. I already know what I want to put. This is Ruby all over again, but formal wear party. So if y'all know Ruby, which hopefully if you follow me, you know what Ruby is. There was this big conspiracy theory in Volume 7 that they were going to have like a formal dance party thing. If you know what She-Ra is, there was like the princess prom, right? Princess prom, I think that's what it was called. So everyone loves a formal wear party. Everyone loves where we get to see characters dress up in formal wear. Even one of the writers of the show, Amanda Overton, said that she wants to see this. This is something that she would love to write. Normally, I wouldn't put this. Normally, I wouldn't be like, because I saw it on Twitter, it's going to happen. Okay, normally wouldn't do that. I am Delulu to a point. Why I'm very severely Delulu though is because we see a frame of Echo in his formal wear, in kind of formal wear-ish. It's a different outfit on him. He looks a lot more polished and slicked back. And so I feel like we could be getting a formal wear kind of thing happening. And if I get to see Caitlyn in a dress and Vi in a suit, I might explode. Lee explodes. So I want it. So we're putting it on there. Next one, let's see. Ooh, okay, spicy thought. Mel and Jace. Victor was trying to get in there. Mel and Jace break up. Why would that happen? I don't think they're compatible. I think they're very cute, but do I see them long lasting? I don't. So for the one Mel Jace shipper in my comments, I'm so sorry. I just don't see them lasting, especially with everything that's going to come up. I feel like Mel really needs to focus on who she is as a person outside of the Medarda name. I just have a feeling that they're just not gonna last. I feel like we're gonna see a new side of Jace. And I know a lot of people are scared about Caitlyn, but I feel like we should be scared of Jace too. I'm gonna go with that. Okay, next one. My camera battery is low. I am very scared right now. I'm like trying to hurry, and I don't want to hurry this because that's inauthentic. What else can we do? Ooh, I know. Jinx cuts Savika's hair. Why do I think this is gonna happen? Savika has a new haircut. It looks a little choppy. I think Jinx and her are going to team up in some sort of way. I just think that Jinx is gonna cut her hair. Simple as that, really. I think that Savika understands Jinx to a point. She even was telling Soko, I understand her from a daughter's perspective. She doesn't hate Jinx, and there's gotta be some kind of mutual understanding with one another. Speaking of Jinx and Savika, there is that clip that dropped of Jinx running through the halls of Zon, the corridors of Zon, whatever they were, and she's carrying something in a bag, and I definitely think it's Savika's new arm that she created and worked on. So Jinx makes Saviko new armor. Let's go ahead, go to the next one. So we're in the middle section. I should really have the middle be kind of more, I don't know. It's bingo, so I want it to be random. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it random. So for the middle, I'm gonna do what we're all hoping and waiting for, and I think is inevitable. Kate B kiss. Do I think they'll have 1 kiss, 2 kisses, 3 kisses? I don't know. I definitely think it's gonna be more than 1. I don't think it's gonna be a J Smell situation where it's only 1 kiss. I think it's gonna be more than that, because those girls are... They've been building up. They've been building up. Speaking of ships, let's go ahead and put Time Bomb talk. Now, if you don't know what Time Bomb is, that's the ship name between Jinx and Echo. I definitely think that Jinx and Echo are going to have a talk. There was one frame from the trailer where we saw like a slight piece of blue hair, light blue hair, and I definitely think that was Echo talking to Jinx. I definitely think they're gonna have a talk, not necessarily being like, oh, I forgive you, like you killed my friends and my family, but we need to work together to defeat an ultimate evil. I definitely think that's something that's going to happen. Next one is something that's been cooking in my brain for a hot minute. Kate shoots, and Bessa. Why do I think this is gonna happen? Let me tell you. Hunger Games, last movie, Mockingjay Part 2. When we see Katniss and we see Snow, and Katniss is supposed to shoot Snow, and she doesn't, and she fires on President Coin instead. I would like to see something like that happen, personally. I would love to see her aiming to take a shot at Jinx. They've already kind of set up a little scheme or something, and she shoots in Bessa instead. I think I would eat that up. Speaking of Caitlyn shooting, I'm gonna do Kate takes Jinx's finger. I was gonna put middle finger specifically, but I'm just gonna say finger. If you've seen promo art, you've seen that Jinx is missing her middle finger. It's covered with a metal plate now. And it doesn't look like it's just like, oh, it's a finger covering for like a gun trigger. It looks like it's her finger's actually fucking missing. And who is the only one who has the aim and precision to do that? Caitlyn. So I definitely think that Caitlyn, because of everything that's happened, she is going to take Jinx's finger. Why her finger specifically? I don't know. Maybe because Jinx flips her off and she's like, you know what, you son of a bitch? Not anymore. Bye. So also speaking of Caitlyn, we'll do Cassandra dies. I definitely think that this is a high probability just because we saw a leak from Bridging the Rift, not an actual leak, where we see Tobias, which is Caitlyn's dad, looking like sorrowful. He's covered in a robe, there's flowers, white lilies specifically, which means death in a lot of different cultures. It symbolizes death and grief, and we see that little picture of him. So most people are like, oh, mommy's dead, mama is bye-bye. Also, the cutaway from Caitlyn to Cassandra in season 1 is very telling, and I definitely think that that's something that occurred. R.I.P. Cassandra. I didn't have the biggest affinity for her, but it's still a sad because I love Caitlyn, and I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine that. So while we don't like Cassandra and the things that she stood for, also understand where Caitlyn's coming from. This is her mom. This is the person who raised her. Okay? Understand that, and then we go from there. We get an apartment reveal. Now, what does apartment reveal mean? If you remember in season 1 where we stole from Jace's apartment, that's what I'm talking about. The whole, I was on one side of the door and you were on the other side of the door and I didn't know that at the time. Kate V reunion. Reunion inks. I think that is definitely going to happen with their reunion. I don't think it's going to be a, oh my god, you're back in my life. It's going to be like, oh, you're back. Great. Love that. I want a very angsty, give me like Cachadora, give me like, you know what I'm saying, like Bumblebee angst even, you know, like I am mad at you for these things and I still need to get over my own stuff and I'm not in a place to be like super cool with you. I want to see that happen for sure. I will eat that up. arcane magic explored. I know that's a very broad prediction, but I want to see the arcane and what it is, and the runes and the blue and this and that. What is it all about? How is it affecting all of Runeterra? What kind of implications does that mean for the world? I want to see what that means going forward, and so I feel like that's going to be explored for sure. I'm gonna go with the crazy one. You know what? I am gonna go with the crazy one because not everyone is safe in this world, and I'm gonna say Heimerdinger dies permanently, because I feel like with some of the other characters it'll be kind of a not thing because of Echo's time powers. I feel like Heimerdinger could die permanently because he is this character that has lived for years and years and years and years and years, and he's been granted that privilege, and for him to kind of go and in the face of something like he's doing something for the greater good, I think it could be a big moment. I normally don't like those kind of moments where it's like, oh, a character dies for the greater good and to show a point and this and that, but sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it's good for the story, and I feel like in Heimerdinger's case, that would be great for the story. Let's see what else. Oh, well, we're in the middle, so I have to put this here. Sorry, YouTube. This is gonna get demonetized, but yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I mean, if we got Mel and Jace, like, it's gonna happen. I know, like, these are two fictional characters. I get it. I understand. I have never been so, yes, this is gonna happen about something, except for, like, the Bumblebee kiss. So that's happening. Oh, this is hard. This is harder than I thought it was gonna be. Think. One of Kate's squad dies. I think that's inevitable. I think we're gonna fall in love with these tertiary characters, then we're gonna get our hearts broken, just like we did with Milo and Laggard. I feel like that definitely has to happen. There's another prediction going around that Caitlyn loses her eye. I don't think that's gonna happen, so I'm not gonna put that on here. If it does, then color me wrong. Ooh, we talked about it a little bit before, but I'm gonna put it on the board. Kate and Jinx work together. I think that is a big possibility that could happen because of Noxus and Ambessa and everything that's happening there. I think they could be like, you know what, we cannot stand each other. I would be happy if you died, but there's a greater evil going on right now, so maybe let's just put that to the side just for a second, and then we'll work together. Jinx go separate ways. I think this is a big possibility within the show, that the way it's going to end is going to be very bittersweet. It's not going to be something that we're entirely happy with. I think it's going to be something that is like, it's heartbreaking in a sense. I don't want to get too personal, so I'm not going to get into it. But as someone who relates to the story of Vi and Jinx, I feel like that would be a good way to end it, would be for Vi and Jinx to go their separate ways and do what they need to do. Because Jinx is Jinx, and I don't think Vi will fully be able to accept that ever, and vice versa with Vi. I don't think Jinx is ever going to be like, well, why don't you understand what I'm doing and my ways of thinking and the actions I take? Especially if she ends up with Caitlyn, which we're going to put this on the board as well. Kate the endgame. I think that's inevitable. I truly believe it's gonna happen. I know there's a lot of fear mongering going around right now, and a lot of people going like, oh my god, my mic. Y'all, that's gonna be a bitch to edit. I didn't even notice that. Sorry. Anyways, I know a lot of people are saying, oh no, it's not gonna happen, like I'm scared, and that's understandable. I think a lot of queer people have been taken advantage of and kind of had the wool pull over their eyes before, so it's understandable that fear is out there. But I do believe that they will end up together in one way or another. And it doesn't even have to be an explicit endgame. I'd be fine if it wasn't an explicit endgame. I know a lot of people want that, and I get it. I understand it. At the same time, if it's not explicit, I will still get it and understand it, and I'm sure a lot of other people will as well. Especially if they have that kind of scene. You know what I'm saying? Next one. I know we kind of have already gotten it. You know what? I'm gonna put one in just for fun and say that KDA shows up. I don't know why they would. I don't know how they would fit into that storyline, but I love KDA, and that's going on the board. Two more. Y'all, I don't know. I just work here. So Jinx, fire equals new hair. The one I mean by this is Jinx specifically said in the trailer, I want to see it all burn down. She's holding a little match with a flame. Something with fire could happen, and that's what causes her to have her new cut hair with the crazy colors in it and everything like that. Not that the fire is going to cause the colors. I think she'll do that herself, but a definite possibility is fire is going to create that hair for her. Oh god, who have I not talked about? I feel like Mel I have not talked about. I'm gonna say Mel lives. That's gonna be my last prediction because there's a lot of possibilities of Mel dying in this season. I just don't believe that's gonna happen. I feel like she's too cool of a character to just get rid of. There's so much that could be done with her. Oh, I was gonna put that on the board too. I was gonna put that we were gonna go into Noxus for the next Arcane story, but I feel like that's just a prediction in general, so that's okay. But I definitely feel like Mel's gonna live if we're gonna go into Noxus. Watch me be an absolute clown and come back to this video later and be like, what were you talking about? But anyways, that's my Arcane bingo. This is what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, a blank version will be at the beginning of the video, so screenshot it, play along with it, and we'll go through the Arcane bingo as we go through the season, which I'm so excited about. I have to see how that's all gonna work out, but we will figure it out one way or another. My camera is dying, so I unfortunately have to go. But anyways, be gay, do crimes, and I'll see y'all a little bit later. Oh, we're getting season 2 so soon, y'all. What the hell? 1 week, and I will be back, bitches. I will be back.